lists, I can ask about it. Now, if the guy says back to me, there is no Biden thing, and I go, well, you better make one up if you want to get your aid, then you're going to go in handcuffs. You're not allowed to do that. But if
the
all
thing
you're...
of it is,
Yeah, go ahead.
in the wording of the article, the word is solicitation of the favor. It doesn't even have to be pressure. He can ask him in a gangster way. You're going to have to do me this favor, though, and our relationship should be reciprocal. You do this, I'll do. He was talking like a gangster. I think he mentioned it 8 times.
Well, here's the thing, right? I totally hear you. If you took him and politics out of it, and you had a guy on the phone with another guy in business.
Yeah.
All right? And, hey, look, you're a supplier. You make tires for me. I'm General Motors. How you doing? Yeah. Well, listen, we didn't get the last order. Yeah, well, listen, that order got held up. I want to ask you guys a question here. There's another tire maker giving me a hard time. Let me know what you can find out about that. Oh, why? I have to go and help you now in order to get to you? No, I didn't say that. I asked you for a favor. Well, what are you doing? You pressuring me? You meaning I'm not going to get my... there's all ways with that. Sometimes it's pressure. Sometimes it's a little pressure. But what he didn't do is he didn't threaten the guy for not doing it. He didn't say, and if you don't do it, you can kiss your stuff goodbye. That's too far.
You got a nice little country there. It's a shame if Russia annexed it some more. They didn't say that, or I don't annex countries, but countries get annexed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Wouldn't you like it if that guy next door never bothers you again? You want me to make him go away? I can make him go away. Yeah, he comes around. Well, he won't be coming around anymore. Oh, thank you. What do I owe you? $50K. Cash right now, and the guy never comes around again.
I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
But I don't see how that would violate our Constitution. Like if he's
it's an article. He's putting his personal and political life in front of our national security.
Well,
and he's trying to cover it up.
All right.
And he's trying to cover it up.
Okay, but here's what a court will come to. If a court looks at this, right, Supreme Court, whatever, impeachment.
I forget the actual article. It is an article. I mean, I'm sorry. The article that they're mentioning. This is it, pretty cut and dry with that phone call that they put out, what the White House put out, the transcript. There's the article right there, black and white.
Well, here's what I'm saying about that. Here's what I'm saying. Right. Okay. Here's what I'm saying, right? If there were no allegation of crime against Biden, I think you got him. But a court is going to have to separate these two. Say, yes, obviously he would benefit from Biden's downfall. But if Biden actually did it, which all we have now is the Ukrainians saying no. Oh, please. The Ukrainians' word is not relevant here. We're judging the president, and the president's entitled to say, look, tell me what you know. Find out what you can. He's entitled to say, in other words, you're entitled to say, look, I don't believe anything I heard right now. You're going to start with me. I don't care what you told Obama. I don't care what you told anybody. I don't care what you told Putin. I know you're talking to me right now.
All this, sorry.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that the article's impeachment, what's this creepy shadow government he's running here with Rudy Giuliani and 3 other henchmen? Rudy's got 3 other henchmen.
Well, you know what? That's a great question. That's an excellent point.
Yes. Secret
right.
Pompeo stuff.
Excellent question. Excellent. You got it.
Gosh darn it, I'm getting mad now, Ed.
Beautiful.
You got me so mad I'm going to do something.
This is beautiful because I think all of that is easily answerable. He knew at the time when this all stuff started, beginning of the year, they started with this Ukrainian stuff.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yes. Well. What if Biden and Joe and the whole thing's go to the sin and they wanted to rape Ukraine for millions of dollars? It's not Rudy Giuliani's job or Donald Trump's job to strong arm the president of the Ukraine and hold weapons over their head to get the information out. It'd be our Justice Department. If that's true that Biden and his son were creepy and raping them for millions, it's not Rudy Giuliani's job and Trump's job to further his, to get dirt on his opponent. If there's any legitimate claim, he could have went the right way through Justice Departments.
Well, you got to see. I am sympathetic if Trump says, "I don't want that garbage State Department. They suck. That's all Hillary's people. I don't want them. I'm not going through them. I don't need to. I could fire them all." He could easily say,
"Look, I'm
the chief." Well,
I mean, that's what
he is chief. That's his cabinet.
You can't hire your own. You can't hire Rudy Giuliani. You can't hire your own vigilantes to go over there.
Well, Well, watch this. I'm going to submit something to you, and then you tell me what you think of it. George Washington did this with personal emissaries all the time. Ben Franklin, Jefferson, all these guys, when they weren't doing appointed jobs, did personal emissaries without any knowledge of. It's a republic. It's not. We're not Mexico, where we have to, every time we use the men's room, have to put it up to a vote. So
Giuliani was his private lawyer, his personal lawyer.
That's what I'm saying. These other guys were personal emissaries of Washington. Unknown, unelected, doing personal business for Washington that Washington felt, and an executive is always going to feel it's for the good. If I make this public, I won't get it done. I do it behind closed doors. I get it done. The public will be glad I did it. So
he's got Giuliani, now he's got Mike Pompeo chasing these crazy conspiracy theories over the world.
If it's debunked, if it's a debunked conspiracy theory, then what's the easy answer that we don't have to argue about? Like, what would go down as, well, that whole thing with Russia and Trump turned out to be, give me the 5 words that there will not be an argument about. What does it turn out that all that was about in plain English?
I don't know.
Tough.
What 5 words?
It's tough. It's very tough. Because if you say, well, they tried to get Trump, but even though he was dirty, they couldn't get him. Or they set Trump up. You know why? He's a first-time politician. He tried to crack the club, and they're going to take him. So, because
it's different. Even if you forget the Russia stuff for a second. If just this stuff happened, that's enough. We've got Donald Trump directly contacting a foreign government trying to seek something of value, dirt on his opponent, and it's darn and holding $400 million worth of military aid over their head. That's pretty much cut and dried. And that's the article. So, in my opinion.
Well, if you saw that both elements were in it, if the president came to you and he said, Tom, they're going to eat me alive if I go after Biden, they're going to say that I'm taking him down as an opponent. However, look at
I'm saying it's a conspiracy theory with the Biden stuff, too, in my opinion, too.
Well, all I'm saying is if he said to you, both elements exist. In other words, there's $1 billion that did go through the Biden name. There's Biden the brother. There's Biden the son. Both of these guys, during the vice president's tenure in office, during his being the vice president, they went out and did very well with that last name. So people are asking, we're supposed to...
It's a little swampy. I even look at the Ukraine stuff. It's swampy. But look, the gas company profited from it, having a name on the board, and he profited from his name. It's swampy, but it's not illegal. I mean, Was that company involved in creepy deals and backdoor channeling money and putting it in Joe's pocket and this pocket? I know they paid him a lot of money. Well, they had his name on the board, too, and he profited from his name. Look what the Trump kids and Ivanka's doing there with their patents all over the world. The patents in China, which he got for her, and then his Trump's two boys able to do business too, So.
Well, look, I don't. Right? Here's the thing. I don't know the Biden kids day in and day out. Nobody does. Right. He was never in the spotlight. Ivanka and the other Trump family.
Yes.
They're under the microscope. So, everybody's going to know every deal they do.
Nobody who listens, she got privileges of getting those patents in China over anybody else.
But that's what I'm saying. Look how you're able to know that, right? The point that it makes to me is the fact that you can easily know that is the difference between the Biden situation and this one. The Trump people are out in the open. They're going to be followed to every airport, meetings. They're not going to be able to hide. Every day what dress she has on makes the page 6 in the Post.
Trump thinks he's 10 foot tall and bulletproof now. In fact, the day after Robert Mueller testified, that's when he called the leader of the Ukraine and made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Well, you tell me then. I'm hearing the case as it stands with you. Overall, wouldn't you want to have a president free to do all of this and then just don't reelect him? Or do you really want to have the kind of process that cuts right into the presidency, stops it? I mean, we're on a 4-year cycle, and we're 1 calendar year from the vote and about 30 days, not even. So what is the point of all this, right? Every 4 years, you get a new guy, or you don't get... Yeah, go ahead.
Put it this way. No president is above the law, and this thing is cut and dried, actually, constitutionally. Listen, when and if... it goes through the House of Representatives here, the hearings, this and that, and everything. And Mitch McConnell is going to be taking a temperature of the Senate as this is happening. And if he gets a feeling that 2/3 of the Senate are against him, it's going to be like when Barry Goldwater and a couple other Republicans went to Nixon and said, "Hey, pal, it'd be better if you got the heck out of here instead of being thrown out,
Well, then Nixon in his speech says, right, this is abhorrent to everything in my body. Well, then what are you doing it for, you pussy? If it's against everything that's you, then what kind of pussy are you? Yeah, what kind of little... Right, you got to stand up.
Like on other stations.
Well, you got to stand up. Yeah, go ahead.
You couldn't have said that word on the other station, huh?
Well, I don't know.
The
bar keeps moving, so I try every once in a while to see what I can get by with. But it's true. I don't mean that in a sexual, horrible way. I mean that in, kitty cat. Why are you such a little kitty cat? Yeah, pussycat. Pussycat. Pussycat.
Willie's more acceptable.
I like pussycat.
Willie.
I like pussycat better. Pussycat is better.
Okay.
Because you can't get yelled at.
Yeah. Excuse me. I've been calling these talk stations from Essex County the last 10, 12 years doing my little thing. But you ever encounter the Smelt Man?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I have had Smelt Man. I have.
You know what? I never wanted to be known as Smelt Man like. He had that lane. He had that lane of going against all the right-wing people. And I try to be fair. Actually, I try to be fair. I'm not a left-wing nut. I'm not a Hillary lover. I'm not one of those people. But I don't argue politics on talk radio usually. I just rarely come up, I think. Once in a while I do, but
Listen, political policy and doctrine doesn't interest me much. But I do like questions like this, and I'll ask you, right, in the context of what we just covered here. Is it better to have a president who feels restrained by the current situation, or is it better to have a president who says, Katie barred the effing door. They founded this country, gave me this power. I will cut their eyeballs out before I give any power back. I really want that guy. If you're a guy who says, the Congress would, if you're Jerry Ford, you wind up failing. We were a terrible country after Nixon got let go. Ford was a failure. Carter was a failure. The economy was...
At least Nixon had a sense of shame. He knew what guilt was. He knew what wrong was.
You're so good. You are so good. That is the key issue. That's the key issue.
This guy, the first 2 years, they gave him more than a honeymoon period. I knew he wasn't familiar how things went. How our laws were, the Constitution. You stay in this lane. He stays in this lane. He was unfettered for 2 years. Then the Dems got control of the House of Representatives. He didn't know how to act. He doesn't know how government works. And he thought he could just do anything he wanted. And no, you can't.
This is what I'm saying. I really... No, but
checks and balances.
Let me get in on that point.
Founding fathers. Go ahead, sir.
Right. Let me get in on that point. I love that phrase. He does whatever he wants. I love that. I want to know what it is that frightens people about that. Because as an executive, it's written that he does not have to check with the other two branches every time he moves. They get to block him. They only get to block him if he does something over the top. But it is meant to be an autonomous job. It is not. He should do only what he wants. He should not listen. He should not be guided by others. He should. What I don't understand. It's a single individual human being's job. It's not a committee job. Congress and the court is a committee.
This one guy, this Donald Trump, he's not interested in. He's interested in Donald Trump. He's interested in enriching him, his family, and rich friends, starting with him.
And why does that bother anybody? I don't understand. If gets the job done, why shouldn't he be enriched?
Too, whether he's doing that right now either. So I'm not a big favorite of his. I didn't vote for him, but Mr. Trump.
I'll bet you I know an area where you do think he's doing okay, because a lot of people that don't like him give this one up begrudgingly, because his crowd is not crazy about. He's doing very well on Iran. They keep using the word war, and he doesn't kill anybody. He could have killed so many Iranians by now. He hasn't killed a single one. Not one Iranian has been killed by Donald Trump. And I get it. I get that. That's very New York, that approach, where I threaten you, I curse at you, I verbally abuse you, then I don't shoot. Why? Because I want you under my control. I don't want you dead. I want to control you. Yeah.
How's this? We'll end it now with this statement. Do you think that Mr. Trump person will be president this time next year?
Oh, he's reelected big. They're making his reelection right now.
So?
Big. He'll win.
He
will win.
So.
Here's my prediction.
No,
Here's my prediction.
No, wait. Here's my opinion. If this hadn't come up and they hadn't shadow governmented or Rudy Giuliani or all these phone calls and stuff, if they had just kept picking at this Russia stuff and he had it with the Russia stuff. He browbeat that thing to death. They're all by rotten Comey, Struck, this, and they're all rotten Clapper, Brennan, the evil. They're trying to overthrow me, and maybe. But these new things that come up, that's what's going to get them, sir. That's what's going to get them. All these phone calls. Who knows what's in that secret server? You know, he's putting on these phone calls. And
well, see, that's the thing. Again, it's such a great point. I love that there's a secret server. I don't want people reviewing every move he makes. He's president. He's not a congressman. He's not a congressman.
I don't want him making creepy secret deals with that. They said the whistleblowers and the people who the people who told the whistleblowers this stuff. It's caused to that prince in Saudi Arabia and Putin. They're the kind of ones they.
But here's the point: isn't he the best president to manage those guys?
No, I don't.
Everybody else name calls them. What are you going to get with name calling? Oh, I hate Putin. I hate what's his name there? MHB or MIB, whatever they call him. Yeah, MBS, I think, right? Whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
All they do. So
LSD, whatever his name is.
Exactly, LSD. So what are you going to do? And same thing with China. Anybody would say, "Oh, it's a shame what China's getting away with." So he's the only guy that provoked China. He's the only guy who opened up with Putin. He's the only guy who's not afraid to stand with Saudi Arabia. I don't understand. What
he got China's attention, but what has he done? Does he have a plan?
Nobody's fighting. Look, no one has gone to war yet, and Iran uses the word every other day now. Now, every other day, Rouhani is, if you start the war, we will finish it. You know, they make me laugh. We could take you out in one attack. We could make sure there's never another Iranian breath is ever drawn of air on planet Earth. I don't know what they're thinking. I guess they really don't know what $700 billion a year can buy. So he could easily say, look, I've had it with these guys. Bang, zoom, flatland, and I did it to defend us. Goodbye. That's it. What are you going to do? Undo his attack? The military would, if he told the military, go flatten Iran, they would go in a heartbeat. What member of the American military would not like to take out a declared enemy since 1979? What good? Let me ask you, from the opposite standpoint, what possible benefit do we get letting these people stay this way? The fact that how many American presidents have sat through Iran is after us. Iran loves anybody who kills America. So if Mohammed Atta gets on the phone, Iran can't wait to congratulate him for 9/11. So
here's my take on Iran. At least the international treaty, I know it wasn't ratified by Congress, all this, but anyway, the treaty we were in with Iran before Trump withdrew us was working. Now, him withdrawing us from this and I withdraw, it also means that you can't trust the United States. He's withdrawing his stuff from presidents back next to Obama, and he had nothing to put in its place. It isn't like he didn't try to build on it, make it better, this and the other. He really hated it because Obama's name was on it. He's obsessed with getting rid of everything Obama-like, and he left a vacuum there, just withdrawing us from there. We're supposed to be...
This is a hard one. It's a tough question, because...
The leader in the world, why didn't he have anything planned to replace it? He didn't. He just had a withdrawal thing.
But see, this is what I don't get. Okay, so I'll take your question.
And also,
okay.
It makes us less trustworthy in the world. From what president to
but
the other.
I don't want to be. Why do I? I don't
though.
understand. You see, I'm telling you, you're really getting to the core of the issue. I love what you're saying because I don't want to be. I don't. Why would I want to be?
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you. I did something good. That's good.
I appreciate it. Why would I want to be reliable to some scumbag country? I want them to be afraid that I will off with their heads any minute.
Well,
Why would I want to be reliable?
That's why we had
reliable.
That's why
they hate me. They hate me. So what am I reliable? Reliable means why haven't I killed you yet? That's where I'm unreliable. The world's laughing at me. You can crap on me, threaten me every day, and I let you live? What kind of pussy am I, pussycat? What kind of pussycat am I? Why am I letting you live? Yeah, go ahead. Tell me. Why am I letting you live?
They were living up to this. It's an international treaty, just with us.
No, but I'm saying as an American, 1979, they kidnap our people.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Okay, so what I'm saying is they're still on that hymn. They're still singing the 1979 song. So when you say, how did Trump have nothing planned? Nothing planned. I don't plan for my enemies. You're on the outs. You're not in the community anymore. We're going to freeze you out. And we're telling you right now, we're going to make it impossible for you until you do what we say. So get used to no food, no water, because the only way to get it is do what we say. You're going to submit to us. We are not going to make a deal with you. You will submit. If you don't submit, we will kill you. But I don't think you understand. There's no place in the world where you go on being who you are. That's the real policy. Now, does that take 5 years?
Down. Listen, Iran is a huge country. Do you imagine the trouble we still having with the troubles in Afghanistan and in Iraq? Times that by 50. Iran is huge. We're not dealing with
hey, you know what? I understand. No, I understand. Everything.
The best way is to diplomacy.
Well, I accept. Look, I accept.
Nothing.
I accept the size.
He withdrew us from the Iran deal, the international deal, and that's it. No diplomacy, no nothing to work on a new one, a better one.
You can't have diplomacy with somebody who hates you.
How come the other countries involved in the deal got diplomacy from France?
Listen,
England,
I was going to say I don't mind characterizing them. You don't see them as secondary powers? Are they the weak brothers? There are
we're
weak.
Supposed to be the
They're
leaders,
weak.
you know.
Yeah, but they're weak.
The leaders.
I know, but they're weak countries. They can't defend anything on their own. Everything is NATO with them. Everything is NATO. Everything is NATO. They don't even have their own weapons. Yeah. All right, so let's be honest. If anybody is going to take the lead against a rogue nation, it has to be us. Now, it's nice if there's universal acclaim. You know, it's Hitler. Everybody agrees. But the world is not going to make it that easy every time. So that's what Iran is. Iran is somebody, you are correct, France, England, Italy, Greater Europe,
He can't keep a stable State Department. He can't keep a stable Department of Defense. The man is so erratic, personally. That's why you either quit, fire, everybody's acting. It's haywire. The entire system he's planned for the U.S. government.
Well, you know, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with it. Yeah.
I'm
okay with it because I wanted him to clean.
Like that.
I like drain the swamp. I would fire everybody in Dover.
You love the idea. You're still romanticizing about the stuff he said, which hasn't really come to fruition if you look at it, in my opinion. But listen, Ed, I've been talking to you a heck of a long time. I know it's been so long and we were getting diarrhea of the mouth here and stuff, but I'm enjoying it.
No, you know, same here, and I have another call coming in, so I'm going to wrap us up. And
listen, Ed, be true to your teeth, and they'll never be false to you, okay?
Thank you, Tom. I'll talk to you soon. Great to hear your voice today.
Bye-bye, buddy.
You got it, my brother. Oh, man, that was terrific. We haven't spoken to Tom in a while. All right, let's see. We just missed. Oh, where'd it go? Whoa. Man, what are you moving everything for? I just saw that. Yeah, I got it. I got him. Got him right here, baby. Oh, what a first day back, huh? And we're in overtime. I'm not hearing anything. Nope. Not a thing. I don't know what happened there. It looks like it should be happening. Not a thing. How is that possible? We were just on the phone with this guy 2 seconds ago. And I'm not hearing, what else? Try that. Where is it? How come it's not doing anything? That is bizarre. We were just on the phone 2 seconds ago. What happened? You have any idea? I didn't touch a damn thing. That's crazy, isn't it? I have no idea. Why shouldn't we here we go. Say hello. Unbelievable. Look at that. Look at that. What could that be? You have any idea? Not one iota. Not one Toyota. So now it's telling me, yeah, but we should still hear it. This should have no bearing on anything that we hear. Oh, my God. What a nightmare. Well, we had a great call with Tom. That was fantastic. What is it that this is not? Unbelievable. Wow. Nope.
Please leave your message for
Oh.
401.
Oh, so it wasn't us. So we're working fine. We're working fine. All right, good. Well, I'll tell you what, great show today. Great to be back. We got on late today. We're doing some, oh man, I got big announcements. Huh? All right, so we better slow down here. I thought you were getting right out of the studio. You're not. Okay, big announcement number one. Do you have a Roku television? Hope you do. We are going to be on Roku TV. It is going to be, 1:30 came and went, didn't it? Okay, so Roku starts next week. Now I forgot all the other stuff. You got the website. I thought there was a whole bunch of stuff, but I guess we'll just catch up with it tomorrow. You know what? It's been a lengthy experience today, hasn't it? Great calls. Fantastic show, but it's been a little bit much for the first day back. We still got our stitches in, baby.
Grew up working class in a place they call the Frog. Learned on the corner, Baptist school of hard knocks.